Right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The FID in this process, we engaged over 40 agencies. We looked at the money laundering threats and in light of predicate offenses, origin of the threats, and the sector. Now, the sector information was certainly missing from most of the data that we received. We collected information both for money laundering and terrorist financing. We also analyzed cross-border information. In so doing, in our analysis, we found that there was a gap between the predicate offenses and our money laundering offenses. The money laundering gaps were as a result of us trying to meet FATF immediate outcome 7, which required that ML offenses that they are investigated and prosecuted, and they are subject to effective, proportionate, and dissuasive sanctions. Now, some of the criteria we need to look at, we are mandated by FATF criteria, is to look at how well the potential cases are identified, which include parallel investigations. We also need to look at the ML investigated and prosecuted that are consistent with our threats, our risk profile, and national policy, as well as our international cooperation, the types of ML investigations, which include foreign predicate offenses, cases, and third-party and standalone and self-laundering, as well as sanctions applied. During our period of evaluation, we had a lot of write-up, but we knew as a country that we were actually doing the work, but we were failed to be able to articulate it. So in one instance, we were written that we only did one transnational organized case, but we knew we did at least 14. So we had to go back to the drawing board. We had to look at our national risk assessment that we did, and we had to identify each cases by the threats and the risk that was identified. We also was marked down or challenged because we did not highlight our foreign investigation. So of course I had to get my team together, Team Jamaica together, and say, hey, we need to highlight our foreign investigation, joint investigations for our cases to demonstrate this. So of course, we got together, we had to repeat what was already written, so we had to talk about JOLT, we had to talk about our international partnership with the DEA, and we also had to draw on our other cases. We dealt with also the extradition, and we were able to successfully be able to satisfy the assessors. But I wasn't satisfied with that. I thought we should have got fully compliant until I read the final write-up by the assessors. They said, you only did 20 cases. We prosecuted 34. We only did 20. So I just rest my case. So when we looked at the results, what we had coming out was from the predicate offenses that we identified that could have contributed to money laundering. We had over 5,000 cases that were prosecuted. And for that same period, 2016 to 2019, we only had 67 ML cases that were prosecuted. No, this is 1%. So, ladies and gentlemen, Team Jamaica, we have to move those numbers to at least 200 cases. I believe that with the momentum that we have started, that we will be able to move those numbers. I want in the next 2016, I want for Jamaica to have at least 200 cases. And in that case, on the first go, we will get it right. We will, as a country, get IO7 right, because we would have started, we would have continued on a path that we are now, and we will just continue that path, and we will be able to meet all and tick all the criteria. Now, what I encourage us to do here, just to continue, we want to be able to, persons to read, then your national risk assessment. Please familiarize yourself with this document. Please incorporate the information here in each entity, enterprise risk management, where applicable. Please collate and submit the data. If we collate and submit the data consistently, it means that in 2016, each entity, 2026, each entity, it will be just a breeze. While we would not have wasted the last 7 years that we are trying to play catch up. We would have already catch up and ready for the 2026 evaluation. And please kindly report all the ML prosecution to FID so that we can have account of it. We want not just 20 cases with 34 individuals, we want 200 cases. And please, everyone, just aggressively pursue every single opportunity that you have to use POCA. And we want to thank Team Jamaica. We want to thank the many, many entities, both private and public, who have joined in this. Minister said it was feverish, but it was a grueling task. For me, it has been 4 years. For everyone else, it was 6 to 8 years. So a big thank you to all of you. And we want to thank Mrs. Sims, Miss Maureen Sims. She was our prime contact, and Diana Morris, and the entire BOJ team. We also want to thank our chief. One, he was our expert. Coming straight from, as Deputy Commissioner of Police, he was our in-house expert. So we just want to thank Mr. Selvin, CTD Selvin here, and the whole entire FID team. Now I heard that Dr. Lewis said persons work 5 to 9. No, we at FID did not work 5 to 9. We worked more midnight. We worked into the midnight. And we want to thank also the FSC team. And I could not even close this conversation by not saying a special thanks to SOCAP. No, SOCAP was just there in every way. They provided the human resource in the form of Alan. Alan pulled us along. When we were like slowing down, he pulled us along. I remember he said we needed laptop for data gathering. And let me tell you, that was February, and everyone knows what happened. Comes March, we were all on lockdown. We were all on work from home. So those laptops just came in just on time. So Gary and Alan, I just thank you so much for your support to us. Thank you all.